So, proceeding to period 2. So we need to get the range of our x3, and at the same time the range of our quantity. So our x, of course, the inventory now. So our high at period 2 is what? 2, and 0 less than or equal to xi plus 1 is equal to summation j I plus 1, right? So n, so d was j. So for our period 2 now, it will be 0 less than what? x3, right? So j, that's I plus 1, 3. This one will be 30 from j3, right? Plus what? j4 plus, like that, the n. So 0 less than x3, our j3. So our d3, our demand in period 3 is 4, right? So we don't have any demand in our demand in period 3 is 4. Our demand in period 4, we don't have anything like demand in period 4, so it's 0. So our inventory range for period 3 spans from 0 towards to 4. Now let's get our Q, our quantity. That's 2 less than or equal to Q2 equal to Q2 prime, right? So for our Q2 here, prime, of course, based on the formula, understand? So it will be our D 2 plus minimum xi plus 1, right? Minus max x what? I. Then we have our 0, right? So that's 2 prime is equal to max d2 plus minimum of x3 minus maximum of x2 to 0, right? What's our d2? Our demand for our period 2. Hold on, please. The demand for period 2 is 2. So it will be 2 plus minimum of x3 from, so minimum of x3 from what we actually got here is 0 minus maximum of x2. Of course, we obtained that earlier. I do not have the sheet here, but it's the maximum of x2. Our x2 range from 0 to 6, and 6 is the maximum, you understand? So that's 6. So that's 6. Then 0. So our max 2 minus 4, 6. That's minus 4, 0. So Q2 prime. So between the maximum between minus 4 and 0, of course, it is 0. So we do the same thing, similar thing for the upper band, which is Q2 prime, of course. So that will be max my what? D2 plus my what now? Max x I plus 1, right? Minus mean xi 0. You understand? So our demand for period 2 is 2. Our maximum for x3, of course, let me write it down first. X max of x3 minus mean of x2 0. Q2 prime is equal to max 2 plus maximum of x3 is 4. That's 4 minus minimum of x2. Minimum of x2 is 0. Then to 0. So q2 prime prime. So q2 prime prime is max. That's 6 minus 0, 0. That's max. That's 6 to 0. So the maximum between is 6. So far, quantity of inventory now spans from what? This 0 less than or equal to our q2, understand, to our what? 6. So we are working with this, and we are working with this in creating our table. So I created it. I didn't record the part I created this table because I want to try as much as possible to reduce the time of this video, so that it won't wear you out. So we know that our Q, of course, our quantity in period 2 span from 0 to what? To 6, and at the same time the inventory or our X3 span from what? 0 to 4. So right now our holding cost multiplied by our X3, of course, from the formula that you used here, of course. So our xi, h subscript I into bracket x subscript I plus 1 is our holding cost. The cost of holding this inventory, you understand? So now our holding cost for our period 2 is 3. It was given in the table, so it's 3. So that will be 0, 3 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. That will be 3 multiplied by 1, that's 1. 3 multiplied by 2, that's 6. 3 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 4. So from there we perform this, populate our table. But before we populate our table, we need to calculate our setup cost and the summation of our setup cost and our purchase cost. So, and the just the way we actually described earlier, we've been given our purchase cost in the question. So in calculating our purchase cost and our setup cost, we know fully well that from the foundational principle of our purchase in calculating our setup cost, this part entirely, our purchase cost can either be 0 or 3, because in the question we're given our setup cost, for period 2 we're given our setup cost to be 7. Our setup cost can either be 0 or 7. It can be 0